Good morning. Good morning to the last vlog of Vlogmas 2025. This has been so much fun. I have enjoyed this so much more than I thought I would, and I've gotten so much out of the reflective practice as an educator. I have always been a journaler, but something about rewatching these videos and the editing process, which these are all one takes, because editing is a little bit beyond my skill level at the moment, aside from trimming when I walk away from the camera at the end. Rewatching and then hearing like what I say one day and then what I tell you the next day actually happened, I realize how much more I pivot in a class period than I thought I did. I would have said, if you asked me cold, that I pretty faithfully follow a plan that I lay out, because I usually make my plans, or at least tweak my plans, a day or two in advance, given what I'm coming to understand about where the kids are, what else is going on in the week, etc. But I pivot a lot more than I thought I did. So that part has been really interesting. Some other insights too, which I'll kind of stew on and figure out how I will incorporate those understandings into my practice moving forward. But all in all, this has been terrific. So thank you for hanging with me during Vlogmas 2025. Today is the last day. So I anticipate we will have about 50% attendance at the school, is my guess, judging from years past. We've been telling the kids that we have programming for them. We have stuff to do every day of the week. I mentioned in an earlier video that we're reviewing and doing makeup work these last 3 days, but from what I've heard talking to other teachers, all of us have endeavored to make that still very rich and very fun for the kids, just an acknowledgement of where the energy is heading into the break here. And of course, in and of itself, review and getting caught up on work is really important for the kids. So there is plenty of stuff for us to do. Today I have my basketball hoop here. That is one of the students' favorite things that we do. I have a couple of different games that I tweak to be able to be lightly competitive, again, like a mix of cooperative and competitive. I put the basketball hoop up on the edge of a bulletin board over there, and then they answer a question, and if they get the answer correct, they get shots. So we'll play a little vocabulary review game with the basketball hoop. You can also see behind, I did bake for them. You know that I have had subs, for a combination of reasons, being sick, having scheduled appointments, and then having a collaboration day over the last 3 weeks. So several of them have accrued good sub notes, and I'm baking for them. They've all accrued good sub notes. I was talking with a friend in the building who's a math teacher, who is a really big fan of Alfie Kahn's like punish by rewards ideas, his theories about how rewards don't actually change behavior long term. It's good science. There is science that shows that when you have this external reward for behavior whose root is elsewhere, you are not really actually putting in conditions for a child, well, any human of any age, but in my context, a child, to be able to make a different choice moving forward for intrinsic reasons that are actually much more sustainable. That being said, there's also good evidence that shows that interdependent goals that do have rewards with them have a high level of success. So when the whole class is able to work together for a goal, and when the teacher sets it up so that it's very likely that the whole class will experience that positive goal, you do get more encouragement. You do get the positive side of social pressure, where your social group ends up eliciting really good pro-social behaviors from you. And so like so much research, it's mixed out there, but I do continue to bake for my students when I get good subnotes, and the occasion that I don't get a good subnote is an opportunity for us to reflect together, figure out what happened, and double down on the supports that would allow the good behavior to move forward. So that's the line that I have found with it. So they will have the baked goodie today. They will have the basketball game today. I'm the co-chair of the garden committee here, the school garden committee, and we have a garden club which is meeting today, but my co-chair is not, she is out for a family reason. And so what we're doing is we're making pomanders today, which I'm sure you know. This is a fun little craft, and we have done this a couple years in a row now, and it's weird, right? Like if you didn't grow up with these, this is a weird thing to do. It's incredibly sensory heavy, so I do kind of prep the kids for that and have an alternative activity if somebody is just not going to really enjoy having citrus oil from the pierced rind and then the very strong smell of cloves on their fingers and in the air. Most people think it smells delicious, and it tactily is a very interesting thing, but that is not for everybody. So with the garden club kids, this is like our activity for the day with some less intense alternatives. I don't know how many kids we're gonna have because garden club's pretty small to begin with. So if we're running at about 50% attendance, I'm not sure. I brought 12 oranges. I think 12 would be super ambitious. Maybe if we had 4 kids, that would be 3 oranges a piece if they really got into this activity, but we'll see what happens. So the process of watching the pomander go through its like cycle of decomposition, but it doesn't really fully decompose. It desiccates, and while it desiccates, it's off-gassing these amazing smells. But the cloves here, because they're in the moisture of the orange, they plump back up a little bit because the clove is the bud of this plant that's related, I think, to a pepper plant, like black pepper. And so they plump back up with the moisture, and then the orange dries out a bit and it changes color. So, and something about the way the cloves interact with the oranges, it kind of spreads this like dark brown color out from where you put the cloves. It's an interesting process. So the last couple of years, we've gotten a lot out of just having these sit around the classroom for all winter, and then we'll get rid of them in the spring. The students are kind of fascinated, and it makes the room smell really good. So that is Garden Club, the basketball with the vocabulary game, the cake that I baked for them, and they have pushed very hard to be able to watch a holiday movie, and I am inclined to allow that to happen. They know that we don't do like just random free time in my classes, but when we have, the threshold is under 10 minutes. When we have under 10 minutes left and I can tell they have put in full effort in their other activities, then I will entertain the possibility of a movie. So they're all kind of riding the edge of that today, or I think they will be. They've told me this week that they're really going to do a good job with whatever I have for them on Friday, and then they would like to be able to watch a movie the last 10 minutes. So most of them have said they want to watch Home Alone. A couple of them want to watch Monsters, Inc. or Monsters University. I don't know if that's making the rounds again via social media, but I have Disney Plus. So whatever they will want to watch that is on Disney Plus or Netflix, those are my two that I can offer them. So that's it. This is the last vlog. So I will sign off here and see you again in 2026.